Right? Kendall bukan di sebelah wait, belum meron diba shrine itu? Ya.
Fully booked here. How are you, man?
Nani's in there, baby.
Could there be sign with that? No entry, no entry.
Me and Raj are
They've given extra room next inside with TV inside.
Rajiv. Apparently there is another room
For 60 people. Available. So that's the one they wanted. They were it's a big one. That's right.
they will be. When you say Naidu,
See, I'll defer to Shiv's job.
The people that have looked after Nani, there's a company that look after people that have passed away, maybe, and they drove her here.
No problem. No. So far going well.
My God, look at that baby.
The toilet like everything you need. That's it.
thank you.
We'll
Just go and unplug it. Okay.
Yeah. Raj?
I'm ready, I think.
Yep.
Put you down, baby, and you're going to walk out holding on his hand because Annie has to hold the box with Daddy.
G'day, mate. How are you? Good boy.
You're going to walk in front while we all hold Nanny's box, okay?
Yeah, I know. Hang tight with Daddy, okay? Hang tight with Daddy. Okay.
It's easier to do it now.
What do you want to do? What are we doing?
I'm going last left.
So you two going at the end?
I'm going last.
This is the filling.
Yeah.
Coming out, will be coming out.
Probably yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Spin them out and into the chapel.
Foot first. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, me and Jay got to do the front. Oh, okay. No, you two, Dan. Dan, get ready your bottle. Dan, get ready your bottle.
This is 38.
Do you want to put this maybe physically looking in the centre? I have a granddaughter. Do you want to go to the centre?
I'm okay.
You're right? All right, now turn it around to your right. Everybody okay?
Yep.
Om Anadivedano Deva Shankar Chakra Gadadhara Chiv Sundarikancham Vetamokshapado Bhavak Hirvigarbha Krishna Krishna Kirpal Sargadiyam Sansarim Nana Prasita Purushottama Narayana Subhasheshta Lakshmi Kantam Kumarayana Vidyanayam Vande Vishnu Bhavavayaharanam Sarvalokekanathanam Ram Nam Satya 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 Ram Nam Satya
Kindly stand.
Om Nam Satya Ram 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 Nam Satya
All right, guys. Again, just lower down a bit and put your handles down flat. Well done. Thanks, Bella.
and all be seated. Thank you.
Another scaffolding floor, if you like, follow me.
Baby. Good. Okay.
Thank you, everyone. Just a quick housekeeping point. There is another room that's located outside the funeral directories guiding those who cannot sit in this chapel. There's a big screen and enough space for people to be sitting there. Namaskaram. Excuse me. Thank you. Namaskaram and good afternoon all. On behalf of Nani's family, I'd like to thank you all for coming today and supporting us. It means a great deal that you are here and a reflection of the amazing woman our Nani was. There are no words to express the mixture of feelings that surrounds each person here. Sadness for ourselves because our Nani is no longer here. Joy for Nani because her difficult times are now over and she may be reunited with our Tata. Gratefulness that her life of inspiration was part of this earth for 86 years to guide, to teach, and to love. Looking around the room, today I see many familiar faces, as well as some new ones. This isn't surprising to me. Our Nani was always a loving and warm person. She never met a stranger. Everyone was immediately a new friend. Nani was strong, determined, and unique. And in line with her uniqueness, she requested a slightly different service. Pandit Devendra Sharma will be performing today's rituals today with a short viewing for immediate family members in the first 2 rows. Then we will hear from Nani's nephew, Uncle Rohit, the eldest grandchild, our Akka, and my brother Shiva. I'd now like to invite Pandit Devendra Sharma to commence this afternoon's rituals and also ask immediate family to be ready to approach the coffin and say their final goodbyes.
ऋषिकेशाय नमः, केशवाय नमः, माधवाय नमः, ओम नारायणाय नमः, स्तोत्रचालं विनियोगम्। हरिओम गोत्र से नाम से है श्री रजीपुण्य नाम से कुशप गोत्र से है वेदात्मा निमितार्थ गोपम्मा नायडू नाम से गोत्र है श्री कश्यप गोत्र से है प्रेतस्य विष्णु है हृदय पुरोते श्री श्वेत है 12 ही कल्पे कवि कलिगे कलि प्रथम चरणे है भरतखंडे आर्यगतांग विदुषी डूबे है पुण्यक्षेत्र बल काम सिद्धि अर्थे मास महामंगले मासे है श्री वैशाख मासे कृष्ण पक्षे है द्वादशी तीर्थो वासरे है सोम वासरे है नितम कर्ण लगन अशुभ शुभ मूर्ते है नाम से है राजीव पिले नाम से है गोत्र कश्यप गोत्र से सलिनी पिले नाम से सरोजनी रेड्डी नाम से गोत्र श्री कश्यप गोत्र से है प्रेतस्य है गोपम्मा नायडू नाम से श्री प्रेतत्व निर्व्यक्ति उत्तम लोक प्राप्ति देह विद्ध कर्म करिष्ये हरि ओम गोत्र से नाम से है श्री राजीपिल्ले नाम से गोत्र कश्यप गोत्र से प्रेतात्मा गोपम्मा नायडू नाम से गोत्र जलयांती प्रेतस्य है पिंड स्थाने द्रवणे निक्षत्रमयादिष्टत्व प्रतिष्ठताहम् अगम गोत्र से नाम से है श्री रजीपिल्ले नाम से गोत्र से वृषभ गोत्र से प्रेतात्मा गोपम्मा नायडू नाम से जलयांती प्रेतत्व निक्षत्रमयानि मयान्ति स्तंतु प्रतिष्ठताहम् प्रमुख गोत्र से नाम से है श्री रजीपिल्ले नाम से गोत्र वृषभ गोत्र से है वृषभ गोत्र से प्रेतात्मा निमितातः श्री गोपम्मा नायडू नाम से प्रेत पिंड है मृत्यु स्थाने निमित्त यशत पिंडो मयादि स्तंतु प्रतिष्ठताहम् प्रमुख गोत्र से नाम से है श्री गोत्र से नाम से है रजपिल नाम से है गोत्र से है विश्व गोत्र से पितात्मा निमित्तातः प्रमुख गोत्र से नाम से है श्री नाम से है रजिपिल नाम से गोत्र विश्व गोत्र से प्रेतात्मा गोपम्मा नायडू नाम से जलयांदी प्रेतस्य है प्रेत है पिंड परित्यंतन मयांदी स्तंभ प्रतिष्ठता प्रमुख गोत्र से नाम से है श्री रजिपिल कश्यप गोत्र से प्रेतात्मा गोपम्मा नायडू नाम से प्रेत द्वारे देश पिंड स्थाने अतर्वणे निचत्रमयांदी स्तंभ प्रतिष्ठता प्रमुख गोत्र से नाम से है प्रमुख गोत्र से नाम से है रजिपिल नाम से कश्यप गोत्र से प्रेतात्मा गोपम्मा नायडू नाम से प्रेत है प्रेत द्वारे देश पांत विविध विष्णु देवतायां तिष्ठताम् गोत्र से नाम से है श्री रजिपिल नाम से गोत्र कश्यप गोत्र से प्रेतात्मा गोपम्मा नायडू नाम से प्रेतस्य है प्रेतः निमित्तः पान्तः निमित्तः परिपर्यंत निचत्रमयांदी स्तंभ प्रतिष्ठता गोत्र से नाम से है श्री रजिपिल नाम से कश्यप गोत्र से प्रेतस्य है नाम से गोपम्मा नायडू नाम से प्रेतः अंतिम जल्यानि प्रेतस्य पिचर नाम पिंडतः मयांदी स्तंभ प्रतिष्ठताहं निचत्रमयांदी स्तंभ प्रतिष्ठताहं ओम गोत्र से नाम से है श्री रजिपिल नाम से है कश्यप गोत्र से प्रेतात्मा गोपम्मा नायडू नाम से प्रेतः चतुष्पते खेचर निमित्तः यशत पिंडो मयांदी स्तंभ प्रतिष्ठतां प्रमुख गोत्र से नाम से है रजिपिल नाम से कश्यप गोत्र से प्रेतात्मा गोपम्मा नायडू नाम से प्रेत खेचर पिंड परिपर्यंत निचत्रमयांदी स्तंभ प्रतिष्ठतां जलयांदी गंगा जल सहित तस्मै सुधा नमः तस्मै सुधा नमः प्रमुख गोत्र से नाम से है श्री रजिपिल नाम से कश्यप गोत्र से प्रेतात्मा निमित्तातः श्री नाम से गोपम्मा नायडू नाम से जलयांदी प्रेतात्मा निमित्तातः श्री प्रेत विश्रामे भूतनाम पिंडः परिपर्यंत निचत्रमयांदी स्तंभ प्रतिष्ठतां प्रमुख गोत्र से नाम से है श्री रजिपिल नाम से प्रमुख गोत्र से नाम से रजिपिल नाम से प्रेतस्य है श्री गोपम्मा नायडू नाम से प्रेतस्य है श्री विश्रामे भूतनाम पिंड स्थावने निचत्रमयांदी स्तंभ प्रतिष्ठतां प्रमुख गोत्र से नाम से रजिपिल कश्यप गोत्र से प्रेतात्मा गोपम्मा नायडू नाम से प्रेत विश्रामे भूतनाम रुद्र देवतायां यशत पिंडो मयांदी स्तंभ प्रतिष्ठतां प्रमुख गोत्र से नाम श्री प्रमुख गोत्र से नाम से है श्री रजिपिल नाम से कश्यप गोत्र से प्रेतस्य गोपम्मा नायडू नाम से प्रेत विश्रामे भूतनाम पिंड परिपर्यंत निचत्रमयांदी स्तंभ प्रतिष्ठतां प्रमुख गोत्र से नाम से है श्री रजिपिल नाम से कश्यप गोत्र से प्रेतात्मा गोपम्मा नायडू नाम से है श्री नाम से गोपत्र नाम से प्रेत चिताय साधक नाम पिंड स्थाने अवने निचत्रमयांदी स्तंभ प्रतिष्ठतां प्रमुख गोत्र से नाम से है श्री नाम से है रजिपिल नाम से कश्यप गोत्र से प्रेतात्मा गोपम्मा नायडू नाम से प्रेत विश्रामे है हस्ते प्रेत शव हस्ते चिताय साधक निरतियम देवतायाम यतो प्रतिष्ठताम अकमुकबोध गोत्र से नाम से है श्री रोचने नाम से है श्री गोत्र से गोपमा नायडू नाम से प्रेत हस्ते ही चिताय साधक नाम पिंड परिरंजन मया तिष्ठं को प्रतिष्ठताम गोत्र से नाम से है सलिनी मिले सरोजनी नटी नाम से गोत्र है पुष्प गोत्र से प्रेतात्मा गोपम्मा नायडू नाम से प्रेत से नाम से है प्रेत चिताय साधक पिंड है परिपर्यंत गंगा जलमया निष्ठं तो प्रतिष्ठता चंद्र गंगा जल
Yes.
गोत्र से नाम से है श्री राजीव पिल्लई सरस्वती पिल्लई सरोजनी पिल्लई नाम से गोत्र वृषभ गोत्र से प्रेतात्मा निमित्तात् तिलो जलयान्दी ही श्री स्वरन धातुयां तो पूजन चाहम करिष्ये
ऐसे मूड हिलाना ऐसे पूरा खुले से
गोत्र से नाम से सरोजनी पिल्लई नाम से गोत्र कश्यप गोत्र से प्रेतात्मा गोपाम्मा नायडू नाम से जलयान्दी ही श्री तिल जलयान्दी जलमुद्राश्मालायां तो प्रतिष्ठता
and Bennett.
गोत्र से नाम से गोत्र से नाम से शिव पिल्लई नाम से गोत्र है पुष्प गोत्र से प्रेतात्मा गोपम्मा नायडू नाम से तिलो जलयान्दी ही तुलसी दल गंगा जल सहित चंदनम तुम प्रतिष्ठता सरोजनी आप अब यार ढक दो पैर के पास कपड़ा अच्छा से रख दो कपड़ा इधर से आप अच्छा से ढक दो
दिखाई देगी
when you're ready. Ladies and gents, we've finished part of the ceremony today for Mataji Gopamma Naidu. He was believed our body is made out of 5 things, 5 elements: earth, ethos, sky, water, and fire. For the cremation ceremony today, the body will go to 4 of those 5 places. It will be cremated on earth, it will be given to Lord of Fire, it will go in the ethos, in the skies. when we collect the ashes in days to come, then the body goes to the fifth place it has come from. Everything that is available in this country according to our customs, like tulsi leaf, chandan, black teal, rice flour, and Ganga Jal, we've offered for Mataji, Gopamma Naidu. We will now place it back. 7 already. Om Anadinidino Deva Shankha Chakra Gadadhara Chech Pundari Kancham Preta Moksha Prado Bhava Hirana Krishna Krishna Krispalu Sargatiyam Sansar Vignana Prasida Purushopadamaham Shiva. Place some flowers. Om Krishna Krishna Kirpal Sargatiyam Sansari Vignana Prasida Purushottama Narayana Surushesta Lakshmi Kantam Kamalanayanam Yogi Hivaranena Tarpena Neopreta Moksha Prado Bhava Hiranagarva Purasha Vektam Sorupinamasya Pretasya Mochartha Suprita Bhav Sarvada Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhina Pusti Vardhanam Urvarukmima Mandanari Mrityor Mochiye Mamita.
I'd now like to invite Uncle Rohit to come forward and say a few words.
Namaskaram. It is indeed a very sad day for our family today, with the passing of Gopmanti. I am Rohit Reddy, son of Gopmanti's older brother, Yantesh Brahma Reddy, fondly known as YP. Gopmanti came from a large family and was the seventh child born after 6 brothers. She was the eldest sister of 4 girls. In her early days, she lived in Boran Road, Suva, Fiji, and moved to Australia in 1981. I personally have fond memories of her. It has been said already, she was a very gentle and kind-hearted person. I remember Gopmanti being heavily involved at the temple in Howell Road in Suva, and would often see her working hard during the firewalking festivities there. She was also involved with Sangam for many years, which is an organization very close to the wider Reddy family. And in Australia, she was also heavily involved with the Sai movement. My father was very fond of Gopmanti and used to always come and visit her in Sydney whenever he traveled here. Prior to her passing, he had become very inquisitive about her health and was often asking my mother and myself to call Baba Bhaini to see how she was doing. Unfortunately, he is not well himself and could not be here today. However, he has provided me a small message for me to read out today. Gopma, I will miss you dearly, but deep down in my heart, I know that you are at peace now. You have been suffering, and it has been very hard for everyone who loved and cared for you to see you like that. You were a wonderful sister to all of us, especially being the eldest of the girls. You were kind-hearted. I will always love you. Gopmanti, you have a very special place in our hearts, and we'll never forget your beautiful eyes and your smile. We are here to bid you farewell today and pray that God provides you a peaceful journey ahead. God bless you and rest in peace.
Thank you, Uncle. Akka, if you could please come forward.
My nanny, everyone's mum and nanny. There are far too many people that touched Nani's life to personally thank everyone. However, today's turnout is a true reflection of how much she was loved by so many far and wide. How do I sum up 43 years with my Nani in a few minutes? Mum and I had a chuckle last week that Nani was exactly my age when I was born, a very young grandma. Me, being the firstborn grandchild, had 5 sport years before you boys came along. Her greatest joys were her grandchildren, and most recently her greatest achievements were her 2 great grandsons, Bennett and Amari. Nani would always talk about Bennett and say, "Where's Benny?" Show his photo to everybody. And Benny adored his Nani. Nani loved children so much. There are so many beautiful memories of family and friends' children with Nani on her infamous chair in the family room. Nani instilled some strong values into me as a child. And I feel that I have morphed into a similar version of her, as my mum would say. She taught me to be a very strong and independent person. Nani was a social butterfly and loved to travel. Her career background was in tourism and public relations. She was a real people's person. I followed in her footsteps, studying tourism management, and spent over 20 years in the tourism industry just like her. My current colleagues often wonder how I know so many people. It's a testament to my Nani. Nani would speak to everyone everywhere she went, and as a result had contacts whenever she needed. Nani was all about community. She put her neighbourhood together. So many fond memories of us, grandchildren, in Nani's backyard in the pool, along with the neighbours' kids, just having fun. We took turns at hanging out at all the neighbours' houses as a result of Nani bringing us all together. To this day, I walk through Kingsgrove and random people ask me, "How's your grandmother?" Everybody knew the lady on Morgan Street. Nani loved food, but Nani didn't cook. However, found a way to feed anybody that crossed her path. Once again, I follow suit there. Nani taught me to be a giver, help everyone, and engage in charity work. She taught me well, in which I have actively done and continue to do with my parents. In August 2014, when our tata passed, Nani found solace on the phone to her sister in Melbourne, where they would sing and speak to each other often. A special thanks to Krishma. You looked after our Nani so well. She's been dependent on you a lot, and we thank you. 6 months ago, Nani's health took a turn. She'd moved into Ferndale. Coincidentally, she moved to my neighbourhood of Mortel, 2 minutes from my place. I was blessed with my office being located 5 minutes away. I would go visit Nani in my lunch break and after work. On Sundays, I would walk there so Mum and I can hang out with her. I would cherish those few months that I had with her. Nurses would tell me that she would call most everyone Radhika. She had a very soft spot. My dad too would often ask Vinuka. Means, where is Vinu? She always watched over me. She watched over all of us. No, she will continue to do so. Coincidentally, I was supposed to be in Canberra this weekend running a half marathon yesterday. However, Nani had other plans for me. So in like cold weather, she saved me from running in those treacherous conditions yesterday. Tata's birthday is this Friday. Now Nani will join him. They'll celebrate together. She would say, "I love you, darling," which will forever echo in my ears. Fly home, my beautiful Nani, I will love you. I miss you, especially your guidance and our hangs together. You say something, baby?
I love you, Nani.
Thank you, Akka. If my brother Shiva could come forward to say final words for Nani before we move to the final rituals of today. The Queen of Morgan Street. Car horns would fill the air from friends driving past. There you would see Nani, normally ambling down the street, one hand clutching her simple but signature flower dress. Whether it was returning the bins for her neighbours or tending to the many garden beds she had laid claim to across the sprawling estates from 140 Morgan all the way to Kingsgrove. The famous marigold, the genda, that flower, synonymous with her morning prayers. Our Nani was always on a mission. Now, we grandkids knew that, because most school holidays meant dutiful employment. Whether it be picking the special green leaves that were required for the garlands every Thursday, or to fix her coffee. 3 spoons of Nescafe Instant, minimal milk at 1 p.m. The coffee strong, but strangely comforting, and very familiar like she was. Now, this would happen just before Bold and the Beautiful would start. It was her guilty pleasure and reward for babysitting duties for our holidays in childhood. As the first daughter born after 6 brothers, Nani wasn't required to lift a finger, wash a dish, or cook a meal. However, her contribution and impact to this world came from more non-conventional means. In the workforce, a duty-free manager, through her commitment to the Sai community, Nani was well ahead of her time. Her financial savvy and foresight comparable to a Wall Street broker. All her investments were for her children and grandchildren, never for the present, always for the future. Now, as a grandmother, she was very proud the smallest achievement from any of us grandkids would be broadcasted across the Nani network, which reached both domestic and international. Similarly, if we were ever not to say hello to our auntie and uncle in the street, that same Nani network would be activated and we would hear about it from Nani immediately. Now, while she wasn't a cook, as I said earlier, some of our best meals were spent in her living room with a spicy chutney or potato choka coupled with endless bread churned out of a toaster that I think was older than me. She had the highest standards, from the way she draped a sari to what jewelry she chose and what she expected from each and every one of us. I recently dug up a note with Raj where she congratulated us both on our schooling and sporting achievements, only to finish by reminding us to not get carried away, as it was just the beginning. Those values and mentality have stuck with us from then till today. She had a unique persuasiveness that I've rarely come across in my travels. I found it very hard to say no to anything Nani asked. I think most of you in the room would also agree. Now, during her later years, she spent time caring for our Tata after his stroke, which was a significant change to her social life and perhaps more exciting times. Yet with the support of her two daughters and many of you here, she helped Tata pass his final years at their home, which is something you rarely see today. Survived by two great grandkids who both connected with her with great curiosity and joy. One of the few things that would draw a smile from her stoic outlook was talking about and with Bennett and Amari. So Morgan Street will not be the same again. It's lost its queen. The trees and those famous marigolds will perhaps grow a little slower today. As Nani finally finds her time to rest, I'm sure she'll be welcomed by a very handsome man, our Tata, probably holding a glass of brandy, eagerly waiting a long overdue conversation. Who knows, she might even smile.
Thank you, Shiva. Panditji, we might move within. Before we conclude today's service with final rituals, I would just like to take this opportunity to welcome everyone to join the family at the wake for tea, coffee and refreshments at Celeste Cottage, which is just located outside to your left. We will be gathering there from 2:30 p.m. to 4 p.m. As the venue is used by other families today, we've kindly been asked and would appreciate your help to keep the area around the cottage clear before 2:30 p.m. Once again, from Nani's family, we thank you for joining us today to bid farewell to our beloved Nani.
I request everyone to please stand for the Shanti Prayer. Namami Shamishana Nirvana Rupam Vibham Vyapakam Brahma Veda Sarupam Nija Nirgunam Nirvikalapam Niriham Chirakasha Vakasha Vasam Najeham Nirakala Mokala Mulam Turiyam Gira Jnana Gotitamisham Girisham Karalam Mahakala Kalam Kirpalam Gunagar Sansara Param Natoham Tusharadri Sankasha Gauram Gambhiram Manobhuta Koti Prabhashri Shariram Sapuranna Moli Kalolina Charur Ganga लसत्भालभालेन्दकण्ठे भुजङ्ग चलत्कुण्डलमभूषो नेत्रं विशालं प्रसानन्दनीलकण्ठं दयालं मृगाधीशचर्मनं मुण्डमालं प्रिये शङ्करं सर्वनाथं भजामि प्रचण्डं प्रकष्टं प्रलेहं परेशम् अखण्डम् अजं भानु कोटिप्रकाशं त्रिशूलनिर्मूलं शूलपानीयं भजेऽहं भवानीपतिभावगम्यं कलातीन्तकल्याणकल्पान्तकारी सदा सजरानन्ददाता पुरारी चिदा नन्दसन्दोहमोहपहारी प्रसीद प्रसीद प्रभो मन्मधारी नायवादुमानाथ पदारविन्दं भजेतिह लोके परे वा नारायण न तत्त्वसुखं शान्ति सन्तापनाशं प्रसीद प्रसीद प्रभो मन्मदाशं न जानामि योगं जपेनेव पूजां न तोऽहं सदा सर्वदा शम्भुतुभ्यं जराजन्म दुःखे ततैवमानं प्रभु पाहि आपनमामीश शम्भु रुद्राष्टम रिक्तप्रोक्त विप्रेण हर्तोष्ये या पठन्त नारां भक्तां तेषां शम्भु प्रसीदत ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनं उर्वारुकमिमां वन्दनार्मृत्योर्मोक्षीयमामृतात् ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिमां वन्दनार्मृत्योर्मोक्षीयमामृतात् ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिमां वन्दनार्मृत्योर्मोक्षीयमामृतात् ॐ धौ शान्ति अन्तरिक्षगों शान्ति पृथिवी शान्तिरापः शान्तिरोषधया शान्ति वनस्पतया शान्ति विश्वदेवा शान्ति ब्रह्मा शान्ति सर्वगुं शान्ति शान्तिरेव शान्तिशामः शान्तिरेधिः ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. That concludes this part of the ceremony. Of course, the cremation ceremony will happen soon after.
I offer myself at the divine lotus feet of Parabrahma Swarupa, Shiv Shakti Swarupa, Satyanarayan Swarupa, Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba. Sai Ram to all of you. I had the wonderful honor, blessed opportunity to compose a song for Swami. And I still remember that when I sang this to him, tears of bliss rolled down Swami's cheeks. This is a very special song for me. But before the song, I would like all of you to raise your right hand and slowly put it on your heart. As I sing this song, feel him. You can close your eyes if you want. Feel him, experience.
Party coming in at 2:30 today under Radika Reddy at the tea room. Okay, thank you. Is there any way that people can start coming in at 2:15 because our service is already finished? Okay. Okay.
It's just different stuff.
Okay.
It's a bit forced,
Yeah, I know.
different.
That's okay. Can they start coming into the second room?
Schools are fun because you're dealing with their...
That's okay. All right. Okay. I'll make a phone call and let a couple of people know. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. Bye. Patrick getting ready.
The rest of the family will stay here. Mom, what do you want to do? You can place it on the couch.
Why not?
Take the cases, triage it.
Uncle, give it that. Uncle Jack. Hey Patrick, can you talk to my dad and just let him know that you guys can start heading into the small room in the room? Oh, there's a 2:30. So some. Oh, you're not there anymore. Okay. Okay. All right. If you can just ask, people can start heading into the small room in 15. Okay. Thanks heaps. Bye. Try and call everything.
Can you find the teacher and tell him that they are ready, we can start.
From into the small room, from into the small room.
I'll tell them, I'll tell them.
Yes? Alright, that's fine. That's fine. I'll press that second time. Thank you.
For the second room is a smaller room that they can start going in.
But the second room is a cabin and a jazz.
Second room is not used, they can start going in.
We're just waiting out
Last one.
they give you
Last now walk in alone. Okay, you can walk in 10 minutes.
It's true. They probably need it, but they need someone to find it. To drip feed the cash rather than. I've got no idea.
Let's see, can I get the bar of this for you? And I told you.
I drive past it every day to go home.
She was
2 days and then I'm going to eat ramen.
Unani but anyway, it's not possible. Rajiv.
I've been sitting on some vagina when there's a second room, I'm looking there, the whole double room, got room there. You can start going into the small room, I've been sitting. कोई भी नहीं तुम जान है यार just let them know to start going over obviously especially if you don't mind अच्छा thank you so much that sounds good thank you so much bye bye
You say that and you go, like, it's society.
नेक्स्ट वीक ये वीक को रख जाएगा उन्होंने बांध के रख दे हुए हैं हाँ पिक करो ये हैप्पी टू कीप इट एट योर I don't think they want it. You still have to go and get her glasses, her dentures, सब भीगे खाना
तो हम लोग हमने के भेज देंगे कपड़ा सब की कुछ करे बनता से बिकॉज़ आई ड्राइव फास्ट टुडे दैट मत करे फुल डे इसमें जाके फ्रेंडली इतना फुल डे
हम भी मत करे
पूरा टाइम बटे थोड़ी इतना भारी लाइफ से तब सोचा फेंडेल में
अभियान देख देख कपड़ा दे कर दो
बनता
You can't give dirty clothes to anybody. So.
ना अपलोड कर दे कपड़ा कुछ करेगा और दिस रिपीटिंग
ग्लासेस नहीं भिगो लॉरेंस के दे देना वही फिजी भेजे चीज सके भेज दे
दांत तो भिगे
डेंटिस्ट पूछ लेना डेंटिस्ट कुछ करे we see from here sunshine, more candle. More candle भी नहीं होता है छापा नहीं होता है.
ओम अनादिवेदनो देव शंख चक्र गदाधरा चेच पुंडरीकांचम प्रेतमोक्षप्रदो भव अत्सि पुण्ये संकाशं पीतवास समायुतं यानमस्तं गोविन्दं नयने तेषं विगतं भयं कृष्ण कृष्ण कृपालु सर्गतियां भव संसार विज्ञान प्रसीद पुरुषोत्तम नारायण सुरश्रेष्ठ लक्ष्मीकान्तं वरपदेन नेन तर्पेण न्यो प्रेतमोक्षप्रदो भव हिरण्यगर्भपुरक्ष व्यक्तस्वरूपिणामस्य प्रीतस्य मोचार्थ सुप्रीत भव सर्वदा ओम त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिमां वन्दनार्मृत्युं शान्ति अन्तरिक्षं शान्ति पृथिवी शान्तिराप शान्ति वनस्पतयः शान्ति विश्वदेवा शान्ति ब्रह्मा शान्ति सर्वगुण शान्ति शान्तिरेव शान्ति श्यामा शान्तिरेधि ओम शान्ति शान्ति नारायणाय नमः ऋषिकेशाय नमः गोविन्दाय
Yeah, 1 minute.
That's great. Thank you, Lawrence.